So finally, Python 3.10 is out, and I'm really excited to talk about this thing because there are three features that really inspired me and thought me like, this was really needed. And already those three features really made sense for me. So I'll be discussing about those three features in this video. So stay tuned and let's get started. So first of all, starting with the list, or first thing is the context manager. Earlier, what we used to do is we used to take with, let's say, file opening system. When we used to do is like with open this particular file as this, and then just colon and just move on. And we were able to handle only one single file or one single context manager. But now what we can do is we can manage multiple context managers by just putting those all things into a parenthesis and separated by a comma, or you can just check out these examples on your screen. Then the second beautiful thing that was introduced is the errors. The errors are now kind of realistic and more understandable. It tells you where exactly the error is, or where you have misspelled the variable. Maybe it's a small things. It isn't a very big change. The errors are now really making sense. Like if there is a chunk or a sequence of error, it just highlights the whole sequence rather than just indicating where the error started. So now with this particular errors handling system, it really makes sense and more understandable and more readable. So you can just check out an example on your screen. Moving on to the last one is kind of my favorite thing because it did made sense, because since a long time we did not had something like Switchcase, which we usually have or we can see in Java, C or other languages. So now Python has its own Switchcase based syntax. So in the previous, how we used to do is we used to just use the if conditions, etc. But now we have the Switchcase pattern matching system also built in our Python 3.10. So now what you can do is just look at the syntax here. It's kind of a pretty easy to do, and here to the right you can see an example. So we are just writing the match, then the subject, then the case, and then what the case is, then the colon and the action. Also we have a wildcard. So for example, what we do in other languages as default, switch case and then default. So we have a wildcard as case underscore. We can use that. If the cases doesn't match, it will execute the last query. And we also have something called as guard in this, wherein we can add the if conditions to the case, and we can also pass the list as a subject in the matching. So it's kind of a has grown a very better than what we usually have in the other languages. So I hope these three features you really would like to try out. I'll make sure I'll make a separate video on each of these. So until then, stay tuned. I make videos on electronics such as Arduino and Raspberry Pis, and programming in Python, C, etc. So make sure you do check out the channel and hit like, share and subscribe. That's it from my side. My name is Nilesh Adalgi, and see you in the next video. Until then, take care and bye-bye.